Hello everybody and happy Saturday. Now normally with the Six Nations on as they are, I would be watching the rugby. Why am I not watching the rugby? Well, I'll tell you why I'm not watching the rugby. Ireland are handing Wales basically their ass. There's no other word for it. So I thought, well, let's do something a bit more productive instead. So hello everybody in the chat. Let's have a big 07 over there. Woohoo, 07 commanders. Buckle in. We're going to be doing a little bit of the Crystal Shards. I've been doing some. Got my fleet carrier all the way over here. It's quite interesting actually where it all is. Let's have a little look here. Thank you. Activate that. There's my camera. Woo! We're back on. So, where are we? We're in the Out-Ots LS-K D8-3A system. Or where I am, it's A. Where is this in regards to everything else? I'll show you. I'm there. That's where you lot are. Over there. Bud Trooper. Sabre. Blue Voldux. 07. Yeah, a good bit of crystal, isn't it? But we have the option to trundle around in the SRV, or we have the option to do it with limpets. And that's what I'm doing. So that's where I am. I got my carrier jump there. Right. Took a bit of tritium to get here, but that's just the name of the game. Yo, Simon. Have a big 07 there for Simon. And you know what? It's going to be a nice soothing stream today. And then we'll get into the mischief, I think, tomorrow. Now, why are we doing this? Monday, and we've not heard any different. At least I haven't heard any different. And let me just check my email now. Frontier is still planning on releasing Update 18. They've got the dates out and all the rest of it. They've got the times out. It's going to be off from about 8 o'clock to about 3 o'clock. I intend to be streaming Monday evening to see what's going on. But I have got absolutely nothing in my email from Frontier. Not even as a partner, right? They've kept everything close to their chest. No patch notes. No, hey, this is what's coming. Nothing. They want it to be a big surprise for everyone. So I'm assuming with a 30 gigabyte update is what it is, which is huge. And exactly right, Simon. That's 10 times the Spire site size. That's going to be a monster. It's going to be an utter monster. No, nothing there from Elite and Frontier. Nothing at all. So, right, what are we going to do? So, yeah, I see you've been doing some combat zones using different weapons. Yeah, and then 30 gigabyte, which is huge. I'm expecting some big set pieces. 30 gigabytes, that's not all just going to be a ship. But they haven't mentioned in this, they haven't mentioned that the Python's going to be released with Update 18. We just all assumed that it was going to be. No one has said. What are we all hoping for? Lots. I'm hoping for on foot Thargoids. I want to get in those Titans. I want to get in those Spire sites. Is this going to be the case? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. It's all conjecture, right? That's all it is. Yeah, C4448. Big 07 for you. Spot on there. Like I said, I've got a sneaky feeling with those torpedoes, it's all going to be about those heat vents at the bottom. They're too much of an in-game set piece for nobody to do anything. Like, shoot these vents without being detected with your torpedoes. Ooh, spooky stuff, I tell you. So, why am I here? Well, I'm here because I want to fill up all my bins, which I've done, and I've only got the ones in the Utots system to do now, which is going to be yttritium and antimony. That's basically what it's all about. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Nice cheeky stream. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Fish sticks. Yes, I got the. I saw your Titan builds. Very good around the Corvette. Really, we thought it was brilliant. So right, okay then. Let's get crack into whatever this is. What we're doing. B5A is what I want. Now I've been here before. I have been here before. Now come on. B5A. B6, B5, B5E, B5A. There you go. That'll do for me, Cocker. Let's make sure I got all the limpets. Sure, yeah, it's 160 limpets. I've got all sorts of malarkey going on this ship. We're launching. Now, it might have been worthwhile just jumping the carrier over there, really, didn't it? But, hey, we're in for the duration.
Landing gear retracted.
What's this? So, P. Ricard calls for some cinematic Star Wars drop bomb in the Star Destroyer moments. Yes. I mean, it's very much sort of like reminiscent of... Let's get ourselves moving. It's very reminiscent, I think, of Independence Day. And you've got to draw a torpedo reference to that of Star Wars, haven't you? I think that's what you really got to draw that reference. Well, exactly the best time to fantasize about this update is now, because when it hits on Monday, and I'm assuming they're going to put the patch notes out, and you know me, I'll do a video on the patch notes as soon as they're out. We'll break it down and what have you, and you know, we'll see what the score is. Right, we're hammering towards it because it's time to have a little bit of a chat, some chit chat, as Antonio Banderas says. 30 gig, massive, isn't it? Absolutely massive. So, Firkerton. 07. Blue Voldex or Voidex 07. So you got 5.3 billion and you don't own a fleet carrier. Okay. Do we have any advice? Yeah, do you know what? Blue Voidex is right there. You need a bit more. I would say probably another 3 billion to keep you going. Because once you get that fleet carrier, and then you fill it with tritium, and then you put all the, you know, the modules in it that you want, like, you know, the bar, cartographics, all that sort of stuff, you're going to need the money. So a bit more money, I would say. Formula for creation, 07, there you go. Narco, woo, Narco's in the house. Fish sticks is right. I mean, it's going to cost over $1 billion just for the modules. And then you'll think, oh my God, what have I done? All those credits have gone. And I've effectively got a second wife I have to work for. Because that's what it's like. I mean, I've managed to accrue, and I'm by no means, people have got far more than me in regards to carrier management. 11 billion in the bank. And I've got a lot of the modules that I need. I recently just put in Vista Genomics. But I haven't got the one to sell ships. That sort of thing. So. Well, yeah. I mean, 2 billion for upkeep. At least. At least. So you're getting some good advice here. Blue Voidex. You're getting some really good advice. So, from everybody here. So, P. Ricard, it's good advice to have. And you're right, you know, go just farm spires 600 million by camel farming orthraces. Yeah, well, that's the thing, see? At the moment, the orthraces are a good earn. How long are they going to maintain themselves as being a good earn? Simon with his 62 billion. Ooh, ha ha ha. Exactly. You know, and it's one of those things. It's really good. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of people are going to be going out there farming, building schematics, ship schematics, vehicle schematics. Who knows what's coming? All those things that we don't know, people are now going out and saying, ooh, I'll have some of that. You know? I'll have myself a bit of that. So like I say, it's interesting. Interesting stuff. Oh yeah, and then, you know, let's not forget the ships that you're flying around in. You plant that into the side of a mountain, or get owned by a bunch of thaggies. You've still got to have your rebuys. And then... So what we're saying is you need more money. I think is what we're saying. But no dramas. I think you probably worked that out yourself. Tier 1 defensive enhancements out into outfitting to save some module storage. Yeah. That's some stuff. I mean, I'm buying ships, Anacondas, and putting the modules in there. Because there's going to come a time, right, when all these AX weapons we've got are not going to be very popular. Everything's going to go back to the Guardian, no doubt. If they've found a way for armor, Guardian armor, for example, not to decompose in the Proteus cloud that the Thargoids emit, then there's got to be a way for the weapons. Are we going to see a resurgence in the use of Guardian weapons? Probably we are. And that's the thing, see? It is sign. I think it is exciting times for Elite. I think it's very exciting. It's probably the most exciting it's been for quite since the Odyssey drop. I mean, yes, you know, we've had other drops and other updates, and I think Frontier have done a pretty good job. But they've certainly built the hype around this, and the fact, I mean, 30 gigabytes. That sounds like a virtual rewriting of the game. I mean, how big is Odyssey? What's the size of Odyssey? Let's have a look. What is the file size of Elite Dangerous ODY Odyssey? Right. Everyone's saying it should not be larger than 75 gigabytes. Right? Which is interesting. No, I mean I've just Googled it now. They say Odyssey download size 76 of your gigabytes. Surprising, isn't it? So what's that? 45%? So yeah, people are saying I haven't had more than an hour to pay every few weeks. I'm in the same position. I mean, I sit in this room all day, I do work. It's difficult after doing a day's work to sit down and go, right, I'm going to do that, with all the other family strain and stresses of, you know, you get with having a young family, or, you know, even just, you know, being in a relationship sort of thing. Everyone gets it. You know, it's a good hobby. Oh, it's 57. Okay. The whole game has 52 in your hard drive. Okay, so all right, 52. So it's a big old chunk to have another 30 gigabyte downloaded as well. So make sure you've got 30 gigabyte on your hard drives, everybody, because that's what's coming on Monday. It's like, yes, the servers will be back up. How long's that 30 gigabyte going to take to come down? You know, if it comes up at 3, say everything goes okay, and it comes up at 3 o'clock, right? Which it might, you know. What's that going to, you know, how long's it... The problem's not going to be your broadband. The problem is not going to be your broadband. It's going to be the amount of connections going to the Frontier servers to download it. That's going to be where the bottleneck is. Commander Saber has got a 4 terabyte SSD. Well, that's stuff, innit? I recently put a 2 terabyte is it NVM Barracuda in, which I've got the game on. So I use that for my core games. So I've transferred everything over onto that. Well, it all depends on if they are going to scale up for demand. I mean, it all depends. I don't know what their server hosting method is, whether it's, you know, cloud on demand, a bit like what Amazon does, you know, who knows? Or whether they run their own farm. I'd imagine it's all hosted on a private cloud somewhere. They use Amazon, do they? Well, in that case, then, Amazon does allow you to scale up and scale down when demand persists, and you only charge for what you're currently using. So I'd imagine, and I'm only imagining here, nobody knows, right, that they're going to go, whoa, some people are going to be downloading that and scale up. Oh, in 2015, okay. If it's all very slow, yeah, I mean, the difference between hard drive and an SSD is night and day. You know, it and like Simon says, you know, the Spire sites was about 9 or 10, I think it was. No, they're not going to release the 4 ships on Monday. What they said is that there are 4 ships coming this year, is what they said. A lot of people have turned around and interpreted it. We've got 4 ships coming this year, and a lot of people have turned around and said, aha, that must mean now. Well, we don't even know if the Python's coming now. That might come in a future update. It'd be nice if it did. Pasty giraffe. Or is it pasty giraffe? Ghost Goblin. Have a big 07 there. No, I don't think they do an ARX paywall, because they would lose 90% of the player base. You know, this isn't Star Citizen. But then again, who knows? But they, you know, they probably would have mentioned something like that, and they haven't. Commander Omega Blue. 07 Commander, hope you're doing okay today. And Stormlinks. Stormlinks thinks the FDL will be one of the 4. Well, you know. FDL. The Mamba is relatively new. We know they're going to be a variant, not a completely new ship. The Cobra's got a Mark IV. The Viper's got a Mark IV. There's all different variants of Federal dropship, Federal assault ship, Federal dropship, Federal gunship, right? So it could be a Fer-de-Lance. I mean, the nearest thing to a Fer-de-Lance really is a Mamba. But I'd like to see a variant of a large ship, And by that, I don't mean the Type 10. I mean, you know, Anaconda Mark II. Or let's go crazy and say Cutter Mark II. Ooh, that could be something, couldn't it? A Mamba Light? Why do we want a light Mamba? I'm just literally asking, what's the use case for that? Unless it would run colder, because that's one of the big problems with the Mamba. What are you going to do with a Mamba Light or an Adder Mark II? Well, Sean's story. The Adder Mark II, if you read the lore, I believe it was the Adder. Was it the Adder? It was the Adder that was brought into service during the last Thargoid War. And you think, what? The Adder? What? And you think, yeah, I know. You reckon they'll all be DeLacy ships? Could be. Farragut, dream big. Farragut class carriers. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. We all never know. Everyone's got a good idea. Every idea is as good as somebody else's. A combat dolphin. Do you know what? A lot of people have said that about the passenger ships. You know, the Dolphin, the Orca, and the Beluga. Beluga? I don't know. I don't play those ships. I really don't. I mean, I have one of each, I think. But, could be. A combat cruise ship vessel variant. Could be something, couldn't it? I don't think Alliance ranks will be... No, I don't think so. Not for this. I mean, there is that to give something to give people to do, but I don't think they'll do it because the Alliance is meant to be, you know, everything for all, isn't it? That's the old mantra behind the Alliance. Maybe a smaller clipper, Stormlink says. More that could be. Okay, so here we are. We're bombing away now. And you'll notice I am flying a crate. Well, if it already has an in-game asset, I'm just wondering, well, I don't know. I don't see many people flying around in Mambas fish sticks. I don't know. Right, okay, so I'm assuming I've scanned that. Now, I need -2, -145. That's where they all used to be. It might well be fish sticks. You know, everything is on the cards. You know, everything is on the cards.
Orbital flight engaged.
You know, like I say, no one's gonna be said, "Hey, you're wrong" on this stream because none of us know. I honestly don't know. I was expecting an email in the inbox to say, "Hey, Commander partners, this is what's coming. Prepare yourselves." But no, not a sausage. A Mamba bomber. Yeah. A Mamba bomber. I mean, it's certainly an option, isn't it? I was watching something. I listened to a podcast, and it's by Sean Ryan, and he's an ex-Navy SEAL. And he had a guy on this week he's been showing clips of called Billy Carson. And this guy, I mean, fascinating guy. And he's very much about, like, Illuminati, the Crusades, hidden tablets, previous civilizations, the stuff you see on the Sci-Fi Channel. And he was going on about the AI that's in video games. And generative AI. It's something worth listening to. Right, we're knocking on the door of this now. Right, we need to get on the deck. Well, if base building is coming, I don't think it's coming now. That will be towards the end of the year, I think they've said. Okay. Let's get down nice and low. So we are heading, according to the interwebs, -2, -145. Well, we got 150. Seem to be going the wrong way. There we go. What's that? You say Commander Mechan spec'd a Mamba bomber. Yeah, I know. I watched the video. It's very good. I do enjoy Commander Mechan's stuff. Well, the technicalities of base building, that's something for Frontier to sort out, isn't it? Other games manage it. Conan manages it. Exactly, Stormlinks. The bookmarking of coordinates would be absolutely brilliant. Bit like what I'm doing now. Really. So let's keep our eyes out for anything shardy. Yeah, well, exactly. I'm going to these coordinates just in case. Some have been quite successful. Some have not been. These ones, I think... oh, here we go. There's shards. There's shards. There's shards. Right, so, what's the plan then, Stan? I'll show you. We're going to go cargo scoop out, right? We'll keep that on so you can see. Remote flak. Programming limpet drone. Here we go. Now, if we're lucky, it'll start picking things up. And then what we'll do is, once we've had all the stuff from out of here, what we'll do is we'll back off and then go back in. Alright, here comes me stuff. Yttritium or whatever it is. I don't even know how much of that I've got, to be honest. Let's have a nose. It'll be under Y. I don't need much of it anyway, like I've already been doing a bit.
Programming limpet drone.
There you go. Get cracking. Now sometimes this is going to work fine, sometimes this isn't. So... But I think this way you can start seeing where all the spires are and have a go, like. Don't say it's crashed. No! Oh no, it's back. I don't know what happened. Commander Carl Cooper. Thanks for the follow, Commander. So we are stocking up on the yttritium stuff. I mean, tomorrow, I think we can do some ground stuff and probably some space stuff to get some of that grade 5 material. Look at the horrendousness of this ship, everybody. Look at that. Look at that. I did that on purpose, I did. That is horrendous. A horrendous skin, that is. That's so Miami Vice, it's not even true. There's always going to be someone, right, who's going to say, oh, well, I was expecting this and they haven't delivered it and I'm not playing. And you think, okay. You know? Okay. But they're not going to be able to please everyone. Then the console lot will be off. Oh, well, I play on console and I don't get it. Yeah, well, they've stopped development on console. You know? You know, and I am sympathetic to the console lot. I am, but it's getting a bit old now, isn't it? You know? I know, and then all the console people logged off the stream. Like that. Well, tell it as it is. You know, it's like, it's getting old, isn't it? You tell me it isn't getting old. No, yes, I know not everyone can afford a PC, but you can afford a console. And this was never going to run on an Xbox One. Right? And the Xbox X, I think the graphics card's like, what, 2060, 2080 in it, I think. That sort of equivalent. I don't think it's the capacity of the machine. I think it's more a case of all the updates that were going on. That's what I think. Exactly, the free via GeForce Now. It's something I'm going to have a bit of a play with, the GeForce Now. You know, I think it's a good way of people doing it. You know, but we're going to have to see. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like every update used to be 10 grand. And look how many updates you add here. And they couldn't maintain that. There is no way they could maintain it. A lot of companies can't maintain it. That's where you see games going off. You know, just turning the servers off. Can't be bothered. Oh yes, they fixed that. Ghost Goblin 4. They have. They fixed that a couple of updates back, as it happens. Right, what's happening?
Programming limpet drone.
How are we doing? We're not doing so bad.
Programming limpet drone.
And then we're going to use the old I'm backing off trick. This is the hammer though, isn't it? None of this driving around in a bloody SRV picking stuff up. Limpets. Ah, it's AMD user. Yeah. That RAM speed's a funny one.
Collector limpet expired.
You know, it defaulting to 2100 when you may have 3600 memory. I mean, that's, you know, that's some rough stuff. Kevin, 07. Okay, we still got some stuff coming out.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Like I say, 30 gigabytes. That's a lot of gigabytes. You know, but hopefully, say we'll get the hot fix notes, that sort of thing. Ah, I see. Because Pepper had that same problem, didn't she? Okay, so we're waiting for these materials to come in. What we got here? We'll do another run of this now. Yeah, Simon's been doing some stuff. Look, he's YouTubing. Here we go. Right, so that's out the way. What we'll do, we're going to back off a bit now. So if you back off, right, and then the shards disappear, like that. Then what you do is you go back forward, like this. And then the shards come back into view. They regenerate, or respawn, right? And then you can give them a good banging. Ooh, just like that. Which is nice. I mean, those combat zone stuff. I mean, that's some good quality stuff, that is. I mean, to be fair, I think that's all we're really going to need. Just like that. So what are we on now so far? 131. Each one is 3. Each piece of material is 3. Yes, everyone give Simon a like and subscribe. That's what we want. So what's these other limpets doing down here? Oh, they're still doing their thing. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, I tend to go for the same old weapons, the pistol and the rocket launcher. You know? Every single time. I don't do an awful lot with the other. I mean, I'm starting to engineer them all up. I mean, the last thing I engineered up was the rocket launcher. And I got that for extra ammo capacity, so you get the additional shot, which is great. Really, I want, you know, the quick load, shoot from the hip. That would be good.
Collector limpet expired.
Don't want to be a YouTuber then, Simon? I tell you what, it's not all shits and giggles. So I got given an access key for Terminator, Dark Fate, Defiance. And it's a Terminator RTS game. And it's very good. And what I like about it is the fact that once you get over the first 3 missions, which are kind of basically just like the intro into what to do, it takes a different turn. It's a little bit like of multiple choice when you encounter people, right? That reveal different areas on the map. It's very good. And if you like a bit of Terminator, it's good stuff. Right, okay, let's back off a bit more then, and we can come back and do this again.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
Here we go. Right, let's get some of this sorted out then, shall we? Let's go.
Limpet expired.
There you are, some of that. Some of that. And that's basically, I think, all we're going to need.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
There go the flying monkeys. Good old flying monkeys. And this is just belt and braces, so I've got some materials. If I need to do any engineering, I've got the engineering ready. Chris Walters, 07. Are we all ready for Torpedoes Monday? Well, this is what everyone's thinking. In fact, I haven't checked where my standing is.
Limpet expired.
Top 50. And there you are. I think I am now full of yttritium. Right, brilliant. On to the next one, which is going to be B5C for antimony. B5C. There you go. Right, let's go. Meow. So that's full. The next one is going to be antimony. I did the others last night. What weapons? Shuggy Din. I'm using AX flat cannons. Gotta use them for something, right? Oh, there's got a Stefan Hartinger. I think you're right. There's going to be a lovely cutscene.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think we've all got to be prepared for that cutscene. Let's get to the escape vector, Victor.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Torpedoes are going to cook the ship. It's not all going to be plain sailing, is it? You know it isn't. You know there's going to be some sort of beef you're going to have to deal with. Like, the ship's going to have to run as cold as a snowman's cold bits. It really is. Would missiles work? We don't know. These are meant to be Guardian torpedoes that have got some sort of, like, essence of ancient relic in them that breaks down the Thargoid particles. That's the story, I think. Each 40 glaives. Good grief. The machine guns would be cooking. They would be absolutely cooking. The Mamba build basically fell apart. Yeah, as soon as you pull the trigger, the wings fall off. That's the problem. Oh, shoot. Would missiles work? Yes, definitely. I'm just using this because they're typically cheaper. And it's a good way of getting things, you know, all that coral sap and all that stuff off the other areas. Also really good if you're going to barnacles for other materials as well. Glaive Mark II, retro-engineered Thargoid ship. Could be. I mean, what's happening with all that research? You just don't know, do you? So we're looking for any shards down there. Crystalline shards. So anything, any of the blue there would be fine, I think, for us. We haven't got to go to the horizons areas. So we'll pick somewhere in the sun, I think.
Orbital flight engaged.
Beef, everybody, beef. Right, here we go. Your money's on Max. Commander Yeltsin. 07. Could be. Yes, I use flechettes. Do you? I use, yeah, I mean, flechettes would work. Certainly would. Oof. That'll do for me, Cocker.
Programming limpet drone. Cargo scoop.
This'll do for me. Bit scratchy, that surface, isn't it? Huh? Off he goes. Some over there as well. Yeah, flechettes would work perfectly. I'm just using these because, well, because,
Programming limpet drone.
basically. There's like no need for drama. Bit of a look around. So, what's this? Technetium. No, antimony. How much of that have I got? Oh, I need quite a bit.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
Collector limpets have expired. I mean, there's probably bigger patches than this, but this will just do for me. Go backwards and forwards a couple of times and it's all over.
Programming limpet drone.
Yeah, the flechettes are good.
Collector limpet expired.
Collector limpets have expired. Let's go down there and have a nose. See what's going on.
Collector limpet expired.
Nothing much around here, is there? I mean, there's that one patch, really. There probably could be another patch that might enable you to do it a bit quicker. By the time you go and find it, though. And there might just be one over the hill. You just never know, do you? I mean, that one seemed pretty good.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
Alright, these should now respawn.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
All good stuff. So, there you have it then. So, a couple of other games also playing at the same time. You know, RTS games. I do like a bit of RTS. I will say this Terminator one is a bit tough. It is a bit tough, I don't mind telling you. Like I say, in a very different twist on things. With Elite, however, though, I mean, there's no guarantee. Like I said, we're going to get this new ship. The torpedoes. You know, even if you complete this community goal, you won't get a set of torpedoes. You'll get, well, whatever it is you've qualified to get. So is there going to be a massive run now for the rescue ships? Do you go to Founders? Do you go to the rescue ships? That's the question. So where are you going to park your ship Sunday night? That's the question, isn't it? You're going to park it at Founders if you have elite rank, or are you going to park it on a rescue ship? What are we thinking?
Collector limpet expired.
Yeah, I think the heatsink launchers might be the way to go. Oh, the Christmas flak launchers. Oh, they're utterly useless.
Limpet expired.
Utterly useless. If you've got all colours already, you don't need two sets of them. No way, do you? Let's back off. They disappeared. Let's get back in.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
Come on, flying monkeys.
expired.
Yeah, you got it, because they're... well, I don't know if you're limited to 6 on those, actually. I don't know. Would be the most useless Type 10 on the planet, though, wouldn't it?
Programming limpet drone.
Or they're experimental. Ah.
Expired.
So Fish Sticks has got all his builds. All he just needs is torpedoes. We're going to have to look at
Collector limpet expired.
what we're going to do Monday evening. I mean, is it even going to be a thing? You know, I don't know. Attacking the Titans. Is that going to be... Perhaps it's attacking the shards. Perhaps you just basically got to go in and just torpedo your way through into the custard pot. That's that big custard portal. Custard-coloured portal in the middle. Interesting, isn't it? Though I do think it's going to be something around the heat port. Because they open and close. And that's a set piece. You know.
Programming limpet drone.
Those multicoloured Christmas ones, very pretty. Very pretty. But that's kind of about it. Here comes a bit more material. Again, we're backing off, and then we're going to go back down. Does take a little bit of the gameplay away, doesn't it? But it's certainly easier. Quality of life. You know what I mean? Quality of life here.
Programming limpet drone.
Done them. Some there.
Collector limpet expired.
Let's go up a bit.
Programming limpet drone.
Got 7 on your hauling cutter. Well, yeah, and then everyone who wants the update's going to be competing with people who's going to be downloading the game. Reckon the whole evening will be Orange Sidewinder. There's going to be connection problems, no doubt. I mean, the last update with the Spires, we were so lucky we were on it. We were on it like a car bonnet. I'm going to go looking over this ridge line for more, because there should be more denser.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Oh, look, there's one solitary one there. Usually where there's one, there's more.
Collector limpet expired.
Little outcropping there.
Programming limpet drone. Programming
On flat ground, Simundo, yeah, it may well be. I mean, this is just quality of life. I've got 2 SRVs here. Yeah, I wonder what, if any, there will be around the
Programming limpet drone.
connection issues.
Programming limpet drone.
Let's see what this picks up, if anything.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
Some people say, oh, you got to be above 800 for this to work. I've had different
Collector limpet expired.
different sort of like experiences with it.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
This is it, very nearly done now, to be fair. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else going on. No big patch of shards I've missed.
Collector limpet expired.
And even now it's still very hit and miss, isn't it? Like a clipper? Yeah, I wanted something small and nimble.
Limpet drone.
Really?
Deploy cargo hatch. Cargo scoop deployed.
Because still, I mean, the more limpets you fire off, the more failures you get. I know you think, oh yeah, obviously. But like, no. I find if you have like just 2 limpets in the air with this sort of stuff, things seem to go all right. You have any more than that, then you always start losing limpets. And that's just, well, you know, is what it is. You miss this game so much. Reinstall it. The answer. Yes, some just don't like it. Some do. I mean, it's another way of doing things, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, which one of these is going to fail now? Is that one coming up? What's it doing? Oh, something's happening. Here he comes. .43 to go. And then it's the long old trip back using spanch and multiple carrier jumps. And then it'll be, you know, Monday, it'll be, make sure you're down in this system. You'll be like, oh, I was just down there, dude. I was just down there. I mean, perhaps they're going to open up. Perhaps they're going to open up some of the Thargoid closed off areas. That would be something, wouldn't it? You know, perhaps we're focusing on the Titans. Perhaps you should be looking at the source of where the Thargoids are. Or where they've come from. And like on the old galaxy map, all the way down here, right? You know, we got all our lovely nebulas and all the rest of it. But like, perhaps we should really be looking at what goes on round the Witch Head. You know? Perhaps not this far out. And around Bernard's Loop and stuff like this. I bet you it's going to be something around here. You know, where all these closed off systems are. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. They're going to get people using up all the tritium. Is what they're going to be doing.
Collector limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
Well, it might be that, fish sticks. I think we're all going, oh yeah, you know, we're going to be attacking the Titans. Might not be. Might not be. I think it is the start of Call 70. I think that's exactly what it is. And you're going to see new game artifacts there. Like we've had Guardian ruins. What about Tharg? Where do the Thargoids come from? Where are their cities? Bases? What have you? Well, we know. Crash ships, we've seen that. Let's back off a little bit, get some more in. But it's interesting stuff. But it's all, you know, supposition. We can surmise about this as much as we want. No one knows. FDev does. But we don't. We haven't got a clue. Not a clue. So we're going to have to wait and see. Who was that? Gertie04. Have a big 07 for following.
Collector limpet expired.
Collector limpets expiring.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
See, you get the 3, and then something horrible happens. We don't know what, but something bonkers happens. Getting ready for the bugs. I actually hope that on-foot Thargoids are a thing. I do. I hope it is. I think that sort of gameplay is going to lend itself to Odyssey and Odyssey only. That's what I think.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
But I think that sort of big update, that might come a bit later on. I don't know. I think, if I was to be betting, what we're going to see is something open up, another sector of space open up. I don't think we've heard the last of Salvation. Ice Tooth. 07. You know, I think all that sort of stuff is going to be something. I just hope it's good, and I hope it goes okay for them. The reason why I say that is that, you know, they've made a big fuss about this. You know, everyone's excited, and whereas a lot of us get it, you know, all problems will happen and they'll release a fix, it needs to go smoothly.
Limpet expired. Programming limpet drone.
Salvation lives. He probably does. So if you just joined, 07 everybody in the chat, I'm Ricardo, and I am just picking up the last few materials in the 6 bins. This is antimony that I'm picking up, and I'm way out there in my fleet carrier picking up materials.
Limpet expired.
Another 13 to get.
Programming
Drifter X, big 07 to you. And all this is ready for whatever's going to happen on Monday. And we'll probably do a little bit of engineering as well tomorrow. Why not? Like, you know, it'd be a good laugh. See what we can do. Like, we're all thinking it's all going to be around heat. That's what we're all thinking. A nice cold ship is what we need. Who knows? Cold running on the power supply, on the power core, with thermal spread. That's what's needed. Oh yeah, speculation's half the fun. Ooh, I wonder what's coming. Ooh, I don't know. Ooh. What could it be? Ooh, I don't know.
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
It's exciting, though. That's what I think about. I think it's exciting.
Programming limpet drone. Collector limpet expired.
I think it's going to... Like I say, I just hope it goes all right for them. Because the community will be unforgiving. You just know they'll be unforgiving. So, yeah, that's mostly... You've got mostly... it's the thermal spread. Grade 5 thermal spread you've got on those, haven't you? That's... And you've got a beam laser with thermal vent. To be even colder. I think that's the rest of it is kind of the same. You haven't done anything like low emission drives, have you? You've got them drag drives. What are we collecting? We are collecting currently antimony. I think I've done it. I kind of have.
Landing gear deployed. Cargo scoop retracted. Collector limpet expired.
Now, for all you hardcore people, let's get in this.
Low gravity warning. Cargo scoop deployed.
So, using the scanner, you probably could, but then again, you need the speed to get away from the hunters, don't you? Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing a good old mat collection. Everyone loves mat collections. Yeah, the clean drives, but you're going to be slower though, aren't you? That's the only problem. So here we are, everybody. These are the shards we've just been shooting from the sky. So they're not particularly hard to find. Yeah, it's just getting there. That's the problem, isn't it? You know, you're going to get pulled out of frame shift, left, right, and center. Then you're going to have to fight your way through them. You know? That's the problem. I have Knight Templar. I have been using limpets to pick them up. It's been quite refreshing. Meta alloys. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? To see where the nearest meta alloy site is. Here we go. Let's get back on. So my bins are full, but like you say, meta alloys is a very good shout. So if I type in, where is the nearest meta alloy site to where I am? There's an Ara, tell me that. Astarius, you got that cold phantom. Right, let's take off, so at least we're moving.
Landing gear retracted.
Well, why not? Let's have a look. Would it be a commodity? It's not a it's galaxy. Meta alloys. Nearest meta alloy site. There's a sheet. A cannon. Of course there's a cannon sheet. Let's have a look. Poloni. How far is that away? Quite the poke. I mean, it's all Pallades sector, isn't it? So that's 1,500 light years away. Kind of out of my way. But we could have a go, couldn't we? In fact, some of these... This is a very... Nothing's been updated here since 2020. Exactly, Ghost Goblin 4. You went to Hades sector. Let's have a look at that. How far is that away? Tis even further. We'll have to use Spanchy Spanch for that. Spanch. I want to do a Spanch map, and I want a source system. Where the hell am I? I am in the OTOZ. I am in OUT, OTZ, LS-K, D8-3. And I want to go to... That's the wrong thing. I've just typed that into. Fleet carrier router. Destination. I want to go there. That's the stuff. And I'm starting at OUTO. TZ. LS-K. D8. D8-3. That's where I want to go. Spanch is going to calculate it for me and say, "Whoa, it's going to cost you, Charlie." 1, 2, 3. 3 and a bit jumps. Well, 3 jumps, and I'll just fly the rest. Right, blare my carrier. I think what I'll do is I'll jump to a nearby system here and then jump back in. Because I'm like 300 light years away from my carrier. Light seconds away from the carrier. What's this now? What's that? What have I missed? At Night Templar. At Night Templar says... Yes. Probably do Thargoid hunting tomorrow. Get some of those materials. Before the stream's up anyway, we'll decide where we want to go. I normally let Simon pick, because he's pretty good at that.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, well, I'm right out of the bubble, you see, Keith. I'm right out of there. It's like if I go... Carriers. Like, where is the fleet carrier? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where it is. It's like, I am the furthest point away from it. In system. You're going to be Haddad at the moment, yeah? Yeah, that might be the best way of doing it. I'll jump the carrier down there later tonight. Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
Frameshift drive charging. Because not only that, right, what we're going to get at these sites is more material as well, isn't it, really? And that kind of fits nicely with what we're doing this stream. It's all about materials. I mean, we just got to decide what we want to do, really. I mean, we can do Thargoid combat. We can do activation missions. A bit of money before an update might be the best thing once you've got your materials, you see. And that I think, is key. You don't know how many rebuys you're going to be having. You'd be like, go into the fleet carrier, cap in hand. Can I have some money in this cap, please? Thank you very much, and off you go.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we'll do... I'll make sure the carrier is down by Haddad. Right, where's my blinking carrier? Blinky, blinky, blinky. Let's get old Spanchy Spanch up so we can start a jump while we're at it. That's where I'm going. For carrier management. Right, so at least it's programmed in. That's something. By the time we get there, won't be so bad. If there's a rescue ship, normally they're within about 50 to 60 light years, aren't they? I would say no more than 100. That's what I would think. So, in other news, things that I'm currently watching on television. Well, not much, to be honest. My missus has been watching Married at First Sight, which is the worst program on the planet. I can't be in the same room with it. Even if I hear it, I feel my IQ dropping, which is horrendous. Anyway, I've started watching Halo. It's been there a while. We got Paramount, and season 2 is just about to drop, and I haven't watched it, so I'm 2 episodes in, and it's pretty good, to be honest. I thought, oh, it's going to be a load of rubbish. But no, it's good. I like it. It has my seal of approval. Any sci-fi typically has my seal of approval, apart from that silly thing about the bunker, which is based on a video game. That's just daft, and probably why it's been cancelled. But Halo gets the thumbs up. I'd say that for nothing. Yeah, there's a TV show on Paramount. Halo. It's pretty good. Ice Tooth. Yeah, so no spoilers. I'm only 2 episodes in. Jim, 07 to you too. I think it fills the gap before Strange New Worlds comes out, the next series of that. And I do like that. That has been the best Star Trek we've had for a while. There it is, everybody. The Ricardos Gaming. God bless all who sail in her.
Thank you for visiting this carrier. Attention, this carrier has scheduled a hyperspace jump. Please conclude any remaining business in this system prior to departure.
May I land on my own carrier?
Accepted. Proceed to your designated path, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed. So what ships are you going to be using then? Do we think on Monday? I was thinking on kitting out a nice Python. In, out, shake it all about. But then Fish Sticks went, oh, well, I got a really good Corvette. And I went, ooh, well, that's interesting.
Docking accomplished. Ramp engaged.
And if I look at my ships I've got here,
We assist you.
I've got different ships all over the place. Plenty of Storacondas, but the Anaconda's going to be 2. My Thagi bashers, yeah? The caustic cutter might be the best way of doing it, though, I think. It's got the speed. Low emissions already in there. Thermal spread. Let's take a look at that. Use this. I got too much cargo. Oh, I'll have to ditch the limpets, man. Super cold cutter. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think this runs about 19. And it's a hot ship. Right, okay, let's have a look back. Let's go to shipyard. Own ships. The clipper, I don't do nearly enough in that. There's my caustic cutter. The caustic cutter, missile rack, missile multi-cannon, very good. Low emissions. Then I've got the old cutter corners, which I've been using for combat. And passenger missions. Standard passenger missions, that is. But we can use AX. That's my miner. Or it should be my miner. It is my miner. I think. That's my cargo runner. There's my combat ship. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be the original cutter, I think. Fast enough. The caustic cutter. Why engineer anything else, you know? I think that might be quite good. Why do the limpets not track the crystal shards in the maelstrom? I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. Where are we? Power plants. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I've got up to. Grade 4. Life support. We don't need any of that. We'll leave it as it is. Sensors. Long range. Engines. Dirty drive. I've got heatsink launchers in there as well. I mean, I need vanadium. That's the stuff I need. I've got that weapon focused power distributor. I mean, probably an old one. All the hull reinforcements, all of the things. And it wouldn't be too much of a stretch here to like bang. You know, I've got the slots here all ready for torpedoes. Rip some of these out. We don't need them. You know, AX missile racks. I need a honking great big beam laser is what I need. In there to keep things nice and cool. And modifications. I'm lacking. That's what I'm lacking. Is something with decent mods. And everything's bloody a million miles away anyway. Everything's overcharged. Weapons, overcharged. You know, I've got 2 bought there. Kind of like long-range thermal vent is what you need. So I think we're ready. You know, we're ready there. If we go to the utility mounts, heat sinks, very good. Might as well equip it now. We're going to need a pulse wave Xeno scanner. And a pulse wave neutralizer. I have to rip off another ship, basically. So yeah, I'm quite happy I've got nearly enough for what I need. I think. We've got anti-corrosion cargo rack in there. I could bang in limpets. Where's my collector limpets? Multi-limpet controller I want. Where the hell has that gone? So there's a bit of messing about to do, but I reckon I'm there. I'm there with it. Would we be running shields? No, definitely not. Definitely not. Multi-limpet controller. There's the 7A. Let's bang that in. All depends, doesn't it? So we've got quite a few compartments in there. 26 on the jump range. That's something we could probably look at fixing. FSD. I could have thermal spread on that as well. Not thermal spread. Deep charge. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with this. You know, I'm kind of happy with it. All depends what else we're going to put in. You know, beam laser. I can rip that off of the ships. If we look at the other ships. Like all these ships. All these, look. Matrix Mauler. The Matrix Mauler doesn't do matrices anymore. That's what I'm just flying around in now. All these plasma ships. All these warships that I've got sorted out. Like the Caustic Conder's got the thermal vent on the go. Scouter Conder's got thermal vent on it. The Thargy Basher, again, thermal vent. Thermal shock on that one. It's no good to man or beast, is it? Yeah, the Caustic Hunter. That's got a 3C on it. Bit of thermal vent on those ones. Boomer Conda. Yeah, and I could rip something off that. So I could rip that 4A off Boomer Conda. I don't use that a hell of a lot. That would be quite good. Omnirath Gaming 07, welcome. Yeah, you know, I think you probably got a good point there. Fighter mini ships for ships company should be miners. Yeah, I suppose could be. Rip this off my further lance. All these are back in the bubble though. So I can get hold of a weapon, rip it off another ship. That's not a problem. Right, we've got 30. God, it's taking a long time for these things to jump, innit? It's taking a long old time. So looking at some of the other ships as well, I mean... At least I've got that for tomorrow. I'll use the Thargy Basher. If we're going to do Spire sites, Or are we going to do AX-based rescues? AX-based rescues is the hammer, unless we're going to go in for the... unless we're going to go for the Ortheuses, which is the big money, in which case then that's this. The Caustic Conda. Or Scouter Conda. Spire Site might be a good... Yeah, I'll use Scouter Conda for that. Oh, the raw material grind, it's happened. We're going to see if we can jump over. It'd be 3 jumps, but the carrier jumps are taking a hell of a long time, as you'd expect, right? Hell of a long time. You know, that's 11 minutes. That's utterly crazy. In fact, we're going to go to a quick intermission so I can get a cup of coffee. Well, I tell you what, everyone, because the jumps seem to be taking the best part of 30 minutes at the time, what I'll do here, we're going to make provision to get ourselves around the Hadad system, Hadad system tomorrow, and do the Spire sites there. More the merrier. Let's see if we can really get some money in and break these servers, shall we? So what we'll do then, right, we'll end the stream here. Pointless you all watching me jump in the bloody thing all the way over there. And that's what we'll do. So, Hadad system. That's the one, isn't it, Simon? Hadad. And I believe the coal sector, SX-2 B140. I think that's the one we'll be going to. I want to see if Fish Stick's biopods actually hatch on him. And then what happens? What happens, right? They overtake his carrier. And then we got to go and help him. That would be really funny. Fish Sticks knows I'm only joking. Or am I? Right? But if those things hatch, who knows? Anyway, biopods. Right then. Okay, that's it for me. I'll be on tomorrow. Just after lunchtime UK time. Calcutta Cup is on as well, which is just as good. And Simon has already parked his carrier all the way down there. See you soon, everyone. Thanks for watching. Catch you tomorrow.